Hi, welcome. Thank you for joining my live. I'm about to make dinner and I'll be starting in about a minute once I have 2 or 3 people. So, since I'm just gonna start prepping my yam before I properly introduce myself, once we have about say 4 people, that's when I officially start. So I love my yam to be in small cubes. So I'm going to reduce that. Uh-oh. Okay, yeah, you guys are here. Hi guys, welcome to my life. I don't know what day today is, but today is day something. So I've been showing you guys for the past how many days now how to make some healthy meals that you will love, that's really really tasty. And most of the meals I've been making is without okay, so sorry about my voice right now. I kind of lost my voice yesterday, so I can't really scream. Um, but for today, we're going to have yam. What we've been having basically since is no carbs, no this, no that. Today we're having yam and sauce. And I'm going to show you how I'm going to make the sauce and how I'm going to make the yam. And you can still keep the calories low. Also, this is going to be my first meal of the day after I'm done. So I kind of understand that, okay, because I haven't eaten anything, I can play around with my dinner, increase my calories a bit for dinner and all that stuff. Also increase my proteins, because that's very very important. So I just cut my yam and we're gonna go ahead to boil the yam, and then after boiling the yam I'm going to set it aside, and I'll show you exactly what my sauce is and how I intend to make it. All right. So let's light our gas. We're gonna heat up the water for the yam before adding the yam into it. And in case today is your first time of joining my life, I go from time to time to check my phone. You know the phone is videoing me. I'm using the back camera, which means I can't see your comments as at when you're dropping them. But like every 5 minutes, I go back to my phone to check for your comments and respond to your comments. And if you're a regular here, thank you for always joining. If you're new here, welcome to my channel where I show you how to make very healthy meals. Now there are days where I go all out. We're not talking about healthy meals, we're just talking about very good meals that will still benefit your body. Yeah. But we're not trying to cut calories or lose fat or something. There are days like that. But for this week and for next week, I'm basically just going to be showing you healthy recipes that you're also going to love. So I don't do healthy recipes that you will enjoy, or healthy recipes that you feel like you're in some kind of punishment. Okay, so whatever I'm making here, you can take it to the bank. It's definitely something you're going to enjoy. Alright, so my water is boiling. I'm going to add my yam into it and cover it. But before I do that, I want to check your comments and see, and then come back, put my yam, and then we can start prepping the sauce. This whole life shouldn't take time at all because these meals cook really, really fast. Yeah. So thank you guys for joining once again. Hi Joshua, I am making yam and sauce today. Thank you all for joining. Hi Romeo, thank you for joining. Hi, my volume is too low. Oh, I'm so sorry, Edward. I lost my voice yesterday. I was having karaoke with my friends yesterday and I kind of lost my voice. So that's why my volume is low, but I'll try my best to shout. Yes, I'll try my best to shout. So I have my yam in here. And I'm going to go change the water and put some fresh water, then I can put my yam into the pot, cover it, and then we can start our sauce. So if you're here for my last video, I always weigh what I'm eating, and for today I'm going to be weighing my yam after it is cooked, not before it is cooked. Okay, so I'll weigh my yam after it is cooked. So this is me consciously trying to increase my voice right now. Thank you, Edward, for always being here. That's so nice of you. So let's change this water quickly and come back and put it on fire, add our salt, and then get right into our sauce. Alright, so my yam is properly washed right now, and I'm adding it into my boiling water. This yam is very soft, so I think it's not going to take a lot of time to get cooked. I'm trying to cook only one portion for myself. Yeah. So we're adding our yam. So now we're gonna cover and allow this to cook. I always like to salt my yam. I know some people cook it plain, but I salt my yam. But basically, salt is the only thing I add to my yam. So if you're in the category of the people that add sugar to your yam, I don't know. I'm not judging you, but I don't see the need. Yam is already sweet, so why add sugar, more calories, and all that stuff? Keep it simple. Either you boil it plain, or you add some salt, but to each their own. All right. Okay, so let's salt our yam. Okay, so I'm covering and allowing this to cook, and I'm gonna come back to my phone to check if I have any comments so that I can respond to my comments, and then we will get back into making our sauce. Alright, now that our yam is cooking, I kept this here so that my palm oil can dissolve a bit. Our yam is cooking. I'm going to transfer it to the other gas so that I can still use this part of my gas to make my video. So you're gonna put there. And right now, basically what I want to do now is to cut my vegetable. So this is my vegetable. I'm using ugu leaves. It's also called pumpkin leaves. This is what I'm using for my sauce. It hasn't been washed. I'm going to wash it after I cut. But feel free to wash your vegetables before you cut them. A lot of people say it is better to wash it before you cut in order to retain the nutrients. But yeah, I'm just going to cut then wash. Like I said, this meal is a very fast meal that anybody would love. Not even anybody, everybody would love. So, and you're also keeping it healthy. Alright. Ow, my nail. Okay guys, so now I'm just going to dice my vegetable because I don't want long strips. So I'm going to dice them till they are very, very little. Don't forget, our yam is cooking on the side and I'm making this vegetable for the sauce. Okay, so it's basically time to wash our vegetable. Before I go to wash our vegetable, I'm going to start prepping the sauce so that while the sauce is cooking on fire, I can go in there and start washing the vegetable. So I'm going to bring out my pan. I am making Saxena. I'm making yam and sauce. So I'm using palm oil for this recipe, and let's get out our tablespoon. So because I'm measuring everything I use, which I'm going to log into my app, I want to use 2 tablespoons of palm oil. Feel free to use vegetable. Oh my god. Okay, a little more. Alright, feel free to use vegetable oil if you wish, but for this recipe I'm craving palm oil sauce, and that's what I am making. That's what I'm gonna make. That's what I'm gonna eat. I need this stuff to melt off my spoon so that it goes into the pan. Okay. Now I'm going to be adding a lot of onions. I need a lot of onions in my sauce. Just finish everything. Guys, my leg is scratching me from the yam. I don't know how I touched my leg, but it's seriously scratching me. Okay, I want to turn down my heat. Now I'm using minced beef, and okay, let me get my, yeah. So my scale, because I need to measure this. I have 218 grams, and I'm adding this here, but my plate is 29 grams. So I'm going to subtract the weight of my plate from what I got from 218. So just so I don't forget, 218 grams beef minus 29. So let's mash this up. Like I said, if you want to use vegetable oil for this recipe, feel free, but this is the vibe I'm going with right now. Palm oil is the vibe I'm going with right now. So let's add our spices. So I'm going to keep it simple. I'm going to just add, I think I'll take this back. I'm going to add some thyme, some crayfish, and some seasoning powder. So starting off with my seasoning cube, I'm using 2 cubes because of the other condiments I'll be adding. And after a while, we're going to taste and check that 2 cubes is actually enough for us. I'm using some thyme, and then lots of crayfish. I want this to be prominent in the food, so lots of crayfish. So let's mix all that together. I'm also going to go ahead to add pepper. I have fresh pepper here with me. I'm going to come back now to check on my phone, then go wash my vegetable and be right back. I told you our sauce is pretty fast, so it's not something you want to spend a lot of time doing. Hi, I'm making yam and sauce. Okay, guys, I'm going to cut in some tomato into my sauce. So now let's stir that together. And I also increased my heat. Okay, so I want to taste my sauce right now to check if my spice is enough or if I need to add more seasoning. Definitely my meat is fully cooked. Mm. Mm-mm. For every time I cook, I add a lot of pepper and then later I'm shocked that it's that peppery. But yeah, it's very good. Hi Boaz, I'm fine. Thank you so much for joining. So guys, I still need a little more crayfish. And a teeny tiny bit more seasoning cube. I have some frozen scent leaves with me here that I'm gonna add. So I don't know if there are other names for scent leaf, but that's what we know it as in Nigeria, scent leaf. So my sauce is almost ready. I'm going to add some water to loosen up my sauce so that I can have like a base. Okay, so I don't need a dry sauce, which is why I'll be adding some water to loosen it up. Let's check on our yam. Our yam is not fully cooked. Yeah, but it needs a little more time to get fully cooked. Let's taste this again. Mm. That's what I'm talking about. I'm making yam and sauce. That's what I'm making. So this water is for me to have base for my sauce, seeing that I didn't add a lot of oil. Okay, so the water serves as a base. Most people will use oil, but since we are on a healthy path, there's no need for all that oil, so that's why I'm using water. I'm also trying to break down my beef. So now we're going to allow this beef to cook very well. It's already fully cooked, but we're going to allow the water I put now to thicken up, and then we'll bring our veggies. Okay, so I'm gonna come back, check for comments on my phone, go and get my veggies so that we can add to this and our meal is totally ready. See how fast that was, right? Guys, so my vegetable is here. Let's turn this. So I'm going to also add carrots into this because I just need that. I need the veggies and I need it crunchy. Okay, so I'm reducing my heat. Now it's time to add my pumpkin leaf, aka ugu. I want to see if I need to add everything. Okay, so we're adding it all. And our sauce is ready, guys. Our wonderful sauce is ready. I've just turned off my heat, and I'm going to allow the heat from the food to continue to steam the vegetable. Now let's check on our yam. Our yam is fully cooked as well. Now I'm gonna drain and serve. So it's time to plate our food. This yam is so soft and succulent. So I haven't forgotten that I said I'm going to weigh my yam. So now I'm going to use my scale to weigh my yam with the plate. And once I'm done eating, I will weigh the plate alone so that I can know the weight of the plate and subtract it from the total weight I get right now. So this is 730 grams. Yam with plate. Okay. And then for my sauce, all I need to do to know exactly what I consumed is I can use my eye to gauge it to see, okay, I'm taking 1/4 of the total sauce I made, right? I'm taking 1/4 of the total sauce I made. Look at that. Of the total sauce I made. So once I impute everything that I used, I can then divide into 4 and say, okay, this is what I actually consumed. So guys, look at what our food for the day is looking like. I hope you love it because I'm definitely going to enjoy it. So now it is the best time. This is my best time in all these videos. Time to eat, and this is the time I love the most, and this is the time I'm going to know if this is a yay or a nay. But with me, it is never a nay because I know my onions and my tomatoes. Alright, so I'm going to check if I have any comments, then come back here and continue eating. Thank you, King. Thank you so much for joining. Hi, Godspa. Thank you for joining. Okay. Guys, look at how soft this yam is. This is the best yam I've bought in a while. Mm. Mm-hmm. The yam alone is a 10. Mm. This sauce hits all the right notes. It's spicy, it's delicious, and it is healthy. So if you're looking for healthy recipes that you're going to enjoy, please ensure to hit the subscribe button. And also when you see my name pop up for a live video, please join, because you're definitely going to go out with something important and interesting and something that you're going to love, okay? So for today, I will not be finishing my meal on camera because I would love to settle down, eat it when it's a bit cooler, and see a movie. Okay, so I'm just gonna do about 2 more spoons and I'm out of here. Mm. Uh-oh. Mm. Thank you guys so much for joining my live. Mm. I really appreciate those of you that have joined, those of you that have been joining often. I really appreciate you guys. So see you next time tomorrow by 4 to 5 p.m. where I'm going to show you what I'm eating for the day. Don't forget, this is my first and only meal for the day, so I'm about to enjoy my meal. Thank you. Bye. Mwah.